Okay, here are some problems dealing with area in sigma notation. These formulas are the same as the ones in the book, and we're going to use these to evaluate sums. All right, here's one. Let's start with the ones that we can't use the formulas on, and the first problems in the book are like this. And all they want you to do is substitute and fill in the numbers. So we have 1, I is going to be 2, and then we're going to go 3, 4, 5. This equals 77 over 60. We're not using a formula here. And here's another one. You can try that one. And all that simplifies to approximately 0.124. So if you can't use the formula, you can always do it that way. And when we get a problem like this, we have to make the other formulas appear. We want to see this or this appear in the problem, so we have to expand it. By squaring that, we get this, and then we can just do sigma of I squared minus 2 sigma of I plus and now we have a formula for this, which is going to be n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1. Over 6. We have a formula for this, n times n plus 1 over 2. And then this is just going to be 4 times 1. All right, so this is n. Well, n is 4. And then we have n plus 1 and 2n plus 1. So we're going to get and here we have n plus 1. So now we have 2, 4 times 5, (15 times 2), we have 30 minus 20 plus 4, we get 14. Pause the video and try that one. Okay, there's another question like this. And all we have to do here is look for the repetition, what's being repeated. So we see 9 is not being repeated. Well, that means that must be in the expression, the sigma expression. 9 is being repeated, so we copy 9. 1 is being repeated, so we copy 1. And the number that's not being repeated is going to be the I. And then I starts at 1 and goes to 14. All right, try this one. Pause and try that one. So we just copy everything that's being repeated. 1 minus 1, 2, 4. Those aren't being repeated. 4, 4, 4. That's being repeated. 2, 2, 2. And then 1, 2, 3. So that's I. I is 1, 2, 4. All right. So the upper sum we have to make 4 rectangles because it said use 4 rectangles, and upper means the rectangles have to be above the graph. So I wouldn't draw a line here, it's going to be up here. And then we just have to find the area of each rectangle. Okay, and the width of each rectangle is 1/2. So the upper sum is going to be 1/2 times the height. 1/2. The height of the rectangle is the y value of the function. So we're going to go radical 1/2 plus 2. So that's the area of the first rectangle. The next rectangle is base 1/2, height, radical 1 plus 2, radical 1 plus 2. And then the third rectangle, base times height. And if we add all that up, we have 6.173. Lower sum. The rectangles have to be below the line. And then we do the same thing for the lower sum. The base is 1/2, and the height is now over here. This height is 2. We can just go 0, square root of 0 plus 2. So we have the base is 1/2, height square root of 0 plus 2. We'll go to the next one. The base is 1/2. The height is right here at 1/2. Square root of 1/2 plus 2. And we're on the third rectangle, 1/2 base. And then the height is right here at 1. And we'll go to the last one is at 3/2. And if we do all that work, we get that. And so we know that the area is somewhere between 6.173 and 6.527, and you could just find the mean of those or estimate it in some other way. All right, find the area under the curve using 3 rectangles, and we're going out to 2 again, and this will be 1. Pause the video and try that one. So the upper sum, the rectangles have to be above the curve, and the lower sum, the rectangles are below the curve. And so for the upper sum, we have the base is 2/3. The base is 2/3. And the height is right here, so that's 2/3 squared plus 1. The base of the next rectangle is 2/3. The height is 4/3 squared plus 1. And here we have another base of 2/3, and the height is 2 squared plus 1. $6.148. Lower sum, we'll use this one. The base is 2/3, and now the height is occurring at 0. The height is going to be 0 squared plus 1. The area of this rectangle is base 2/3. Height is going to be 2/3 squared plus 1. And over here, the base 2/3. The height is 4/3 squared plus 1. And then if we found the mean, we would have 6.148 plus 3.481 over 2. And I have 4.8145, and we can compare that to the actual area is 4 2/3. If we integrated, we'd get that. So there's our approximation. All right, that's the end.